Hi, I'm Liz Doles. I'm the gallery coordinator at the gallery at the Belmont Media Center. This month, our artist,
Ad Boogers,
welcome, is showing his watercolors and graphic work. And I'm going to ask Ad a few questions. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm the artist.
The title of your show is Watercolors, and we have some lovely examples of your watercolors. But what struck me seeing the show was how adept you are at both watercolor and a graphic form of expression. Are they both equally strong for you?
You know, in art school we did a lot of drawing, and to make things, the colors and the stained windows, you need the watercolors for your design.
So you were designing stained glass windows?
Yes,
Oh.
and murals. We did a lot of stuff. But the watercolor of the black and white, I always did in drawing books, and I can show you one. And the watercolors I always did this 22 by 30 on the ash paper. For as long as I'm here in the United States, from '85 to today.
I see. So you mentioned that your techniques began in art school, and I'm very curious about the art education you received in the Netherlands. Do you feel it differs than the art education given in the United States?
The European way of art school is the traditional romantic way from France. And this is a 5-year course. Our school, the Maastricht, was actually started to get the poor people drawings for the ceramic. So that's why the name has toegepaste kunst. It was this monomal, that is just the word in Dutch.
Could you say a little more about that? Explain it to us, I don't.
So it was this developing in the 1920s. So in the beginning was it more drawing the flowers on the plates.
Oh, okay.
And people went to school for that. And then after the war, it was just concentrated on restoring the stained windows.
I see.
This is just after the Second World War. And the murals. So that was my department where I worked. But in the 70s when we came there, we were just only painting.
I see.
And not, you know, we did the techniques and the restoring, but we focused this on the normal drawing.
I see. I see. So
And
more
we
fine
did-
art.
We did,
Oriented.
yeah, but it was this, you know, 5 days from 9 till 5 drawing and painting and oil paintings.
And did you use egg tempera? Did you use any of the old
No, we
master
did
techniques?
oil paintings.
All pure oil.
Yeah, for the murals we used
Egg tempera.
yeah, or
Yeah.
you call it
What's that?
acrylics. Acrylics. We use acrylics now probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this, you know, the pigments is something different. If you meng them with the basic water basis, but there has to be an emulsion gum into it. So everybody has a different technique. and
Right.
stuff on that. But we went to the oil paintings
I see.
and the watercolors and the drawings.
I see. Ad, I'm interested about your influences, other artists who have inspired you back as a student, back in the Netherlands, and here in America today. Have they changed? Are there new ones? How do you feel about the art scene today?
The type of work what we do in the restoration inspired me to study mostly Renaissance and the paintings. So anytime that I could have, I would go to Italy and look up the paintings and see where they were made and study them. So that is one. And then I forget my teacher had it always over the Garden of Eden, the two persons who left the Garden of Eden. And they are painted by two painters, and one is completely in the Gothic style, and the other one is then the wonderful Renaissance style.
Do you want to tell us the artists' names?
No, I got them.
Masaccio, The Expulsion from Paradise?
No. It doesn't, it will come up.
Okay.
And then the other thing is then the Impressionist, I went to the Van Gogh Museum, as a kid. And it's called the Krüller-Müller, the Van Gogh Museum was not there yet. And then I got just into Cézanne. And Cézanne had made a lot of nice watercolors.
Yes.
So that inspired me to go that direction. The water. And then the next one who hits me completely on the nose was Turner. And then especially his latest work where he can, in two brush strokes, knocks down a wave.
Yeah.
And they are not big, they are like this. That inspired me a lot. And that's why I went down to smaller work, because for 40 years I did this. I never got back on the smaller size. Okay. Only then for my classes with the students or something. But this was my work then, and now after the pandemic I started doing smaller stuff.
Before we take a look at the smaller watercolors, I want to talk about your graphic work, your pen and ink, brush and ink, and these look anecdotal, they look humorous, another vein from the watercolors. Please tell us about these.
This is a bear who plays the harp, what I just made for my daughter because he started playing harp. And the other bears are the cross countries, because our family crossed country a lot, from Boston to San Francisco and back, and get lost in Colorado and New Mexico. And if I go behind me, the horses then, when we were a year in Holland, where the kids just were riding horses, and I had to wait there for an hour.
So you drew the horse from life.
My drawing book was there, and I made horses.
Cool. Very nice. Very nice. What's next for art?
What is next for art?
Where do you see your art moving?
I'm moving a little bit more to conceptual things, like a scientist. I develop an idea and then I make a program and work on it. So now.
So you're a computer artist now too?
Not yet. I mean, I call that generations. I started doing this blue and black figures or trunks of trees of things, and to study human emotions. And that came just out of the time from the pandemic, when we were not allowed to give hands and kisses and hugs anymore. So I thought that I would do not an artificial intelligence, but a human intelligence. But then my figures would be then blocks.
I see.
So I came to a system from 3 colors and 12 blocks of these colors, who would perform then the human intelligence.
All right. When will we be able to see that work? Any shows coming up?
Not completely. I have a couple of other shows coming up, but not this one is not ready, because I designed it because I would make then the first generation, and I'm now on the fourth generation, and now I'm working on the computer. So I
see.
scan it in, and then I start drawing, and I will become a Rembrandt in it to make 12 stages of the Stooges.
Wonderful. Before we wrap up, we want to take a look at your smaller watercolors. And you mentioned to me that the compositional frame is usually landscape or abstract. You vacillate between the two. Can you say a little more about that?
The big watercolors are set up with two really big Japanese brushes. And I do that with the two brushes alone. These little ones I do with smaller, the brushes that we get here in the art store on the bigger size. And I have then for the primary colors, a separate brush.
I see.
And then later, half in the thing, it will just mix together. In the bigger watercolors, I do wet and then with the brushes on it. Here I start dry, and then you get more drawing effect from the little brushes.
Ad, I want to thank you for your brilliant show. This month, March, the Belmont Media Center Gallery will be showing the work of
Ad Boogers.
So please come and enjoy the show. We're open from 11 to 7 every weekday, and the show will be running through the end of March. Thank you so much.